Welcome to British Columbia, Canada's westernmost province. Situated between the Rocky Mountains and the Pacific Ocean, with the coastal mountains spanning its shore, BC's physical geography is mainly characterized by its mountainous terrain, lush coniferous forests, and mild coastal climate. Its diverse landscape not only provides a complex geology, but also beautiful scenery. The geology of British Columbia is heavily influenced by its position on the convergence boundary between the North American plate and the Pacific plate, where tectonic evolution is always active through rifting, subduction, and transcurrent faulting, starting from 700 million years ago, raising mountain ranges and volcanic arcs. In the late Cretaceous period, 100 million years ago, the Farallon plate subducted beneath the North American plate and raised the volcanic mountain range known as the coastal mountains through heat, compression, and uplift. This convergence boundary originally created a volcanic arc but cooled over time. This mountain system stretches from Vancouver all the way to Yukon. When the pressure was released, the crust stretched and thinned, allowing an upwelling of lava that left the flat interior plateaus. After many ages of different glaciation periods, the most recent glacier, the Cordilleran ice sheet, swept across the province 16,000 years ago. It carved out paths and mountainsides through abrasion and quarrying, converted V-shaped valleys into U-shaped, and deposited sediments through till and moraines, which were picked up as the glacier advanced. Once the sea level receded, the receding glacier carved out the long fjords on its coast, which are long and narrow deep inlets of sea between cliffs. Mineral deposits are made throughout each geologic event, including sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous rocks. Minerals that BC refines and exports include copper, gold, silver, lead, zinc, molybdenum, and coal landforms. BC rests within the Western Cordillera Landform region of Canada, which includes three distinct mountain systems: Eastern, Interior, and Western. More distinctly recognized by its physical features, the Western Cordillera includes plateaus, valleys, and plains, forests, and most importantly, rugged mountains. The Eastern system at the eastern edge of the province, better known as the Rockies, consists of layers of sedimentary rocks that have been tilted, faulted, and folded because of tectonic activity. Many can be found in the peaks of mountains dating back to the Paleozoic time period, 541 million years ago. Peaks in the northern part are lower and more rounded because they are old, from the Paleozoic age 2.5 billion years ago. At the western boundary of the Rocky Mountains lie the Rocky Mountains Trench, the longest valley in North America, with the whooping distance of 1,400 kilometers all the way from Montana through British Columbia and ending at Yukon. It contains the headwaters of many famous rivers, such as the Kootenay River, Columbia River, and Fraser River. The interior system, also known as the Interior Plateaus, covers central British Columbia and contains several dissected plateaus with folded sedimentary and metamorphic rocks beneath. The land is the broadest and gentle uplands. The region has many basins and watersheds, as it is surrounded by mountain ranges. The western system, called the Coastal Mountains, has massive interlocking igneous intrusions and metamorphic rock, including granite outcroppings such as the batholiths. Twisting deep fjords also cut into its coast, blatant evidence of glacial erosion. Climate. Due to the diverse landscape of BC and 25,725 kilometers of coast, there are wide variations of climate even within small areas of the province. The two climate regions are Pacific Maritime and Cordilleran. Warm air masses and moderating effect means while temperatures in the coastal regions, where temperatures rarely drop below zero in the winter and hardly rises above 8 degrees in the summer. A good example of this is Vancouver's climate graph. However, the coastal mountains prevent these mild climates from reaching the island, thus the change from Pacific Maritime to Cordilleran. The average temperature in January ranges from -10 to -15, and July rises above past 20 degrees. An example of this type of continental climate is Kamloops. Wet air masses from the Pacific Ocean bring abundant rainfall to the coast, yet interior valleys receive much less precipitation because of relief precipitation, where the leeward side rains and snows less than the windward due to the mountain face. For example, Tofino has an annual precipitation of 30,271 millimeters as it is windward, but Victoria only receives 883 millimeters as it is leeward and receives a rain shadow. Soil and vegetation. The vegetation of British Columbia is classified into two regions, the West Coast Forest and the Cordillera region. Due to heavy rainfall and mild climates, the trunks of the West Coast Forest region are lush and thick, reaching over 50 meters tall. These coniferous trees are the tallest and broadest trees in Canada. Many regions are considered rainforests and include the Douglas fir, Stika, spruce, red cedar, and western hammock. There is a wide range of soils in mountainous areas due to erosion and climate conditions. Along the coast, the soil is very poor on the A horizon due to excessive leaching due to white climate, which causes only trees to grow. Significant water bodies of British Columbia include the north and central coast and many lakes and rivers. Along the western coast, there exists the Queen Charlotte Strait, Howe Sound, Johnston Strait, Strait of Georgia, Strait of John de Fuca, Hickey Strait, and Dixon Entrance, and the Strait of Georgia, not to mention numerous fjords. You may have heard of Williston Lake, Nechako Reservoir, Atlin Lake, Batting Lake, and Kootenay Lake. Important rivers are known as the Fraser, Skeena, Liard, and Steeking. All of these natural wonders attract a whole lot of tourism, and you may have heard the famous national parks, Pacific Rim National Park Reserve, Mount Revelstoke National Park, and Kootenay National Park. The natural resources of British Columbia is mostly centered around forestry. It supports over 141,000 total jobs and generates 32.96 billion in output and 12.94 billion in GDP to the province. Otherwise, the mountainous part of the province is home to many metals, which are important products of export. The Peace River lowland, northwest of the Rocky Mountains, consists sources of petroleum, natural gas, and coal. In BC, mountain slopes, large interior drainage basins, are important bases for the hydroelectric power. There are also high-quality agricultural lands in the southwest corner of the province and the interior valleys, including the famous Fraser Valley. Currently, BC is experiencing another season of severe flooding. On January 11, 2022, the provincial government extended its state of emergency for ongoing highway repairs and more potential flooding. 2 months ago, historic storms raged through BC's southwestern coast, causing devastating floods, hammering communities, and wrecking the highway system. Cities such as Vancouver, Merritt, and Princeton were heavily affected, as well as the Fraser Valley, Sumas Prairies, and Metro Vancouver Island. The Canadian National Highway and the Canadian Pacific Railway were both disrupted as well, as British Columbia Highway 1, number 99, number 7, and number 3. And the Coquihalla Highway, which was caused by the overflowing of the Coquihalla River. 5 people were killed and 10 were hospitalized, mostly the result of mudslides. Due to extreme heat waves in the summer of 2021, the climate has been highly unstable and has resulted in more natural disasters such as wildfire, droughts, and floods. As you can see, British Columbia is a wonderful province filled with the beauties of nature. From the metropolitan hotspot of Vancouver to the industrial powerhouse of its forestry industry, not only is BC a wonderful place to visit, but also a potential candidate to settle down in. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great day.